The story of Prophet Moses, or Hazrat Musa, alayhi salam, is one of the most powerful and detailed accounts in the Quran. His name appears more than any other prophet, and his life is a timeless lesson in faith, courage, and the ultimate triumph of truth over tyranny. He was chosen by Allah to confront one of history's most arrogant and powerful rulers, Pharaoh. Thousands of years ago, Egypt was under the iron fist of a cruel king, Pharaoh, who not only enslaved the children of Israel, but also declared himself a god. His tyranny reached a new level of horror when a dream foretold that a boy from the Israelites would one day destroy his kingdom. In a fit of paranoia, Pharaoh commanded that every newborn Israelite boy be killed. It was during this dark time that Allah inspired the mother of Musa. "Put your child in a box and set him afloat on the river. Do not fear, for I will return him to you." With a heavy heart but unshakable faith, she placed her baby in a wooden chest and let the river Nile decide his fate. By the perfect plan of Allah, the chest didn't drift away into oblivion. Instead, it floated directly to Pharaoh's palace. There, it was discovered by Pharaoh's wife, Asia, a righteous woman who felt an instant love for the child. She pleaded with Pharaoh, convincing him to adopt the baby as their own son. And so, the very boy destined to challenge Pharaoh's throne was raised within the walls of his own palace, in a beautiful fulfillment of his promise. Allah then reunited Musa with his real mother. The baby refused to be nursed by anyone else, and his mother was brought into the palace as his wet nurse, able to care for her own son under the enemy's roof. As Musa grew into a strong and just young man, his path took an unexpected turn. One day, while witnessing an Egyptian soldier oppressing an Israelite, Musa intervened. In the ensuing struggle, he accidentally struck and killed the Egyptian. Filled with remorse and fearing for his life, Musa had no choice but to flee Egypt. He journeyed to the land of Madian, seeking refuge. In Madian, his noble character shone through when he helped two young women water their flock. Their father, who was the prophet Shu'aib, was impressed by Musa's integrity and offered him shelter. Musa stayed in Madian for many years, working as a shepherd and eventually marrying one of Shu'aib's daughters. It was a period of peace and preparation for the great mission that lay ahead. One night, while traveling with his family back towards Egypt, Musa saw a fire burning on the sacred Mount Sinai, also known as Tur. As he approached, a voice called out to him. It was Allah speaking to him directly. "O Musa, I have chosen you," the voice declared. "Go to Pharaoh, for he has transgressed all bounds." To aid him in this monumental task, Allah granted Musa two powerful miracles. His staff would transform into a slithering serpent, and his hand would shine with a brilliant, divine light. His brother Harun was appointed as his helper, and together, they were tasked with delivering Allah's message. Armed with divine authority, Musa and Harun stood before the mighty Pharaoh. "We are messengers from the Lord of the worlds," they announced. "Let the children of Israel go." Pharaoh, blinded by arrogance, scoffed at them and demanded a sign. He gathered his most skilled magicians from all over the kingdom to challenge Musa. The magicians threw their ropes and staffs, creating an illusion of countless snakes. But when Musa cast his staff, it transformed into a real, massive serpent that devoured all their magic. Witnessing this undeniable miracle, the magicians immediately recognized the truth. They fell to the ground in prostration, declaring their belief in the Lord of Musa and Harun. Enraged, Pharaoh threatened them with torture and death, but their newfound faith was unbreakable. Yet, Pharaoh's heart remained sealed. He refused to believe and continued his oppression. In response, Allah sent a series of devastating plagues upon Egypt. Floods, swarms of locusts, infestations of lice, hordes of frogs, and finally, the water turning to blood. Each time a plague struck, a desperate Pharaoh would promise to free the Israelites if Musa prayed for relief. And each time the plague was lifted, Pharaoh broke his promise. Finally, the command came from Allah. Musa was to lead his people out of Egypt under the cover of night. When Pharaoh discovered their escape, he gathered his massive army and gave chase. The Israelites soon found themselves trapped, with the roaring Red Sea before them and Pharaoh's army closing in from behind. Panic spread through the people, but Musa's faith was firm. "No," he declared. Indeed, my Lord is with me. He will guide me at that moment. Allah commanded Musa to strike the sea with his staff. In a breathtaking miracle, the sea parted, creating a dry path between two towering walls of water. The children of Israel rushed across to safety as Pharaoh and his army charged into the same path, confident in their pursuit. The walls of water crashed down upon them. The sea closed, drowning the tyrant and his entire army forever. In his final moments, Pharaoh tried to declare his belief, but it was too late. The journey was far from over. In the desert, while Musa was on Mount Sinai receiving the 10 Commandments from Allah, some of his people grew impatient. They were misled into crafting and worshipping a golden calf. Musa was deeply hurt and angered by their betrayal, but after they repented sincerely, he forgave them. After a long life of struggle, leadership, and unwavering guidance, Prophet Musa passed away. His legacy is a testament to the power of faith, the importance of standing against injustice, and the certainty that tyranny will never last. It teaches us that Allah is always with the patient, and that with complete trust in Him, even the impossible can be achieved. This was the incredible story of Prophet Moses, a man who, with Allah's help, stood against an empire and achieved a victory that echoes through eternity. If you were inspired by this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more content from our Islamic history series. Thank you for watching.